Say hey, Yellow Jacket basketball fans. I'm here with Coach Vince Layson, boys coach of the Calhoun Yellow Jackets. Coach, a convincing victory against Adairsville at Adairsville in the Tigers' den.
Yeah, it was a big one for us. We needed that coming down the stretch here to close out region play.
Yeah, it really was. They came into our gym in the first round, and their athleticism just was a smidge better than ours because obviously Calhoun's got a very athletic team also. But this was a sweet victory to get on the road.
You know, it was, and you know, like we discussed earlier, they hurt our pride a little bit here at home, and we've kind of had that date circled on the calendar to try and get back and show them that we can hang with them. And we had a really good game. Started out well. I think it was a 1-point game after the first. We had a really good second and third quarter. I think the margin, I think we went up 15 between those two quarters, I think.
Good.
So, and then we're able to close it out late. It was a good win.
It's nice to come out of halftime. You had a good second quarter. It's nice to come out at halftime and reassert yourselves. And, all right, guys, we're on your court. You're going to have to beat us because we're ready.
Right. I was very, very proud of our guys. They did the little things that we always, hound them on and preach about, with defense and rebounding, and they just absolutely got after it.
At good scoring, you're going to go over, but I think I remember numbers like 21, 16, and 14 for your three leading scorers.
I think that's correct. Trace led us with 21. The kid came in and iced the thing down. Adairsville was getting hot in the fourth quarter, and we were actually trading twos for threes, but they fouled him, and he hit 10 straight free throws.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty impressive.
That's what your quarterback / point guard is supposed to do for you, right? You want the ball in his hands so he can control the game.
Absolutely. And then, you had Jackson Moore, who had a phenomenal game. I felt like he was kind of the catalyst early for us, getting some big rebounds, a bunch of offensive, rebound stickbacks. I think he ended the game with 14 points and 15 rebounds.
Wow, that's a nice double-double.
That is big time, big time.
Yeah, that's a nice double-double. I think Jace Johns was in double figures also.
Yeah, I think Jace had 16 points. He hit some huge shots for us. There was a couple of times Adairsville would start to make a run, and Jace had a couple of threes that hit just momentum killers for him. He got in there. He had a very tough defensive job with matching up with the Abernathy kid who has good size, can play inside, can play out. Jace did a phenomenal job on him too.
Yeah, and when you look at this game, I don't know how deep did you go into the roster because it had to be a physical, taxing, exhausting game because of the mood swings during the game.
It was. We went into the bench pretty early. I think we brought 4 in off the bench. Jaden Perkins came in, hit some big shots for us. Bo Kelly, he's always just as solid as they come.
Wait a minute, let's go back. Jaden Perkins and Bo Kelly are going to come off the bench and hit some shots.
They did. Those guys, I'm telling you, Jaden, kind of like Jace, he had a couple big momentum threes. I remember Bo hitting one that was at a really crucial time for us. Those guys have just been really solid coming off the bench this year. McCaden Griffin came in, gave us great minutes defensively, got in there. He like Jace, had another tough defensive matchup with the Knowles kid who's very athletic, can put the ball on the floor. He can score at all levels, and McCaden came in there and did a great job.
I bet McCaden loved playing DB on defense against that kid.
He did. And that's kind of the type of game and, defensive assignment that McCaden he's just drooling over when he gets in. So it's fun to watch him get in there and do his work. Yeah,
the guys did a really good job. Tell the fans what your record is now.
We are 15-3 currently. The win with the Adairsville put us at 1 in the region, number 1. So we have 2 more region games left. Senior night this Friday against Ridgeland, and then we wrap it up Saturday with Lafayette, both here at home. So Hopefully we can win out and keep that 1 seed, and which will obviously get us a bye into the state tournament, straight to the semifinals of the region tournament.
Yes, and the region tournament is going to be held at the site of the girls' team, whoever wins the region championship there. But yeah, this is a big deal. It's looking good. You're going to play Friday. You said senior night?
Senior night, yes. Yes.
We planned on broadcasting both your Friday and Saturday games, but previous contractual obligations have come up, so Clint and I will not be available. We'll be there in spirit. I'll be at the game Friday, watching the game as a very interested spectator. Let's finish up on this topic here. If you remain number one, the earliest you would play would be at your gym, or no? You would get into the Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, it would be the host site. Yes.
Yeah, at the host site of the girls' championship game. So that's a lot to play for. Going back to Bo and Jaden coming off the bench, I don't know if I could shoot free throws in an empty gym with nobody watching as consistently as they do.
Oh yeah. I mean those
they
guys,
shoot threes.
They do. You know, Jaden, he comes in and it's just he's got the itch as soon as he gets in. It's the green light all the way through. So you know, he came in, hit a couple big ones for us, and like I said, Bo did as well. He hit 1 3, and you know, Bo, he took a couple of charges that were called blocks. Like he just does everything that you ask him to do. He's very solid.
That W position, that tight end position he plays on the football team, has done really well. And then we know he's got soft hands because he's a snapper.
Oh yeah.
He does really well. As we said, Friday night is going to be senior night. That's going to be a nice time to celebrate. First of all, we want to get 2 victories, wrapping up with Lafayette at 6 o'clock. That's at home here at the Hive. So Yellow Jackets, you're poised to be in the right spot getting into the region tournament, which obviously leads on to the state tournament. What's practice like? Is this kind of a review stage of the season? Conditioning is pretty much set?
Yeah, we're where we need to be conditioning-wise, finally, which is nice. You know, it's that time of the year where, you know, like this past game, battling sickness. You know, Trace was battling some stuff in that game, and you know, we've got a couple of guys who were banged up, nicked up a little bit. So, for example, practice yesterday, we came in and got up 1 million shots, but you know, kind of saved our legs a little bit. You know, today will be more of a X and O walkthrough. You know, preparation for the next couple games, but we're where we need to be.
And Trace was coming off that, you know, he goes down in the Dalton non-region game. And, you know, Saturday night at, you know, whatever time it was, I'm talking to you after the game, and we're thinking, what's it going to be like for this coming week? Because we really need this Adairsville victory to set things up for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, you know, the Dalton win was sweet, but seeing him roll his ankle right there in the second half, it was not a fun sight to see. And now that you mention that, I didn't even think about that going into Adairsville because, you know, he was not feeling well and, you know, just battling the crud.
Yeah, it's nice to have this warm weather, but every athletic varsity coach, whatever sport it is, you dread this because this is the type of season, type of weather where all of a sudden a kid comes down. Well, I was at tennis practice yesterday. We had 4 kids out.
Yeah.
I mean, just crud hits right away.
Yep, it gets you. And, you know, you just get used to it, I guess, and it's expected. And, you know, the main thing is trying to keep these kids as healthy as possible and get them ready to run down the stretch.
Exactly, and we are at that stretch. It's amazing how many games you have to play in January and February to get to this point, and it's just practices just tend to be a get-together, and we don't want to beat anybody up.
Good morning, CHS. This is Ms. Parker.
We're getting an announcement right now, so we'll pause for just a second.
Another coverage update out. We've got some sickness going around, so if your name is on this last coverage list,
sickness.
Please stop by the main office to pick up the roster. You can take the students back to your class to make it easier on you, and we appreciate everyone's flexibility today.
Well, you just heard Principal Parker announce about sickness and everything, and this is something that you're battling, but everybody in the world in this neck of the woods is battling this right now.
Yeah, it is. It just comes with the territory this time of year.
Well, hey, listen, I'm excited to see senior night. I am very disappointed that I didn't get to go to the Adairsville game because we really wanted to be able to call that. Things just didn't work out in our favor. So, yeah, big victory. Keep the guys, that's the main keep the guys focused.
Right, you know.
You can't look back at the previous game when you beat them and scored 90-some points.
Right, right. You know, and I told them yesterday at practice that's one of the toughest things to do is how do we respond when we were so focused. Like I said earlier, you know, we've had that date circled, you know, the rematch with Adairsville. You know, I just try to tell the guys, you know, great teams they're not going to have a big game let down the next game. And, you know, each game's important. You know, a hiccup here or there could cost you the 1 seed. And, you know, we just got to keep our nose to the grind.
You know what the green and gold at Adairsville and the black and gold at Calhoun are looking forward to is a rematch on a week from this Saturday for the region championship on a neutral site.
Oh yeah. You know they're going to want to get back at us, and you know we've become accustomed to playing in these region championship games, and you know our guys, a couple of the football guys were talking about it. It's just another game for them, but they love the spotlight. They love it.
They can say it's just another game, but they're churning inside.
No doubt.
And you can see it in their eyes.
Oh yeah.
Hey, congratulations! 15-3, 10-1 in the region.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 10-1 in the region, right in first place. Two big games coming up this week. So, folks, come to the Hive on Friday evening at around 7:30.
Well, the girls are going to play at 6.
Okay.
So the games are moved up. Girls play at 6. We'll play at 7:30. We're going to have our senior night deal in between the games where we can celebrate McKagan Griffin, and our other two guys, Jace Johns and Andrew Cochran. Have them have a little time in the spotlight, walk out with their parents and celebrate their careers here at Calhoun.
Then go up there and then host Lafayette at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So come to the Hive and enjoy some good basketball. Once again, congratulations and thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to Coach Vince Layson on the Courtside podcast about Calhoun Yellow Jacket basketball.